Hello guys, Nizzy here. With the coming of Baldur's Gate 3 in a couple of weeks, it would be a good idea to get to know a little bit more about the origin companions that we will be interacting a lot with during the game. Although at the same time, there are already a lot of videos about the origin companions themselves. So in this video, we'll shift more on their racial backgrounds. At least those origin companions that have a more uncommon racial background. In this video specifically, we'll be focusing on Karlach's race of the Tieflings. We'll get to know more about what they are, who they are, and where they came from. So, without further delay, let's get to it. So before we continue, please consider clicking that like and subscribe button to get notified of further RPG and Baldur's Gate content. Now let's get back to the video. So who are the Tieflings? The answer to that has evolved with each succeeding edition of D&D. At first, during the second edition, there were merely NPCs that you encounter, or an additional character option on certain settings, the most notable of which is Planescape. Now, starting with the 4th edition, they were given as a core character options, and thus more information regarding their background was given, and that too has evolved. At first, they were the result of an unholy union between a humanoid and a fiend, and then it became so that they were the descendant of a humanoid and a fiend instead of an immediate offspring. And then finally it became so that they had ancestors that made pacts or deals with fiendish powers, and that power having been transferred from generation to generation has resulted in their appearances. Now, speaking of appearances, as we all know, they have horns, and the horns vary from some having curled horns like a ram, to others having straight horns like a gazelle, to some having spiraling horns like an antelope. Of course, as for their skin color, they have the whole range of humanoid skin tones in addition to shades of red, which should not be surprising since they are descended from fiendish beings. As for their eyes, the eyes are of solid color. They have no pupils, at least none that are visible, and the colors range from black, red, to white, and silver or gold. Now, where do these Tieflings come from? Well, they can come from anywhere that their parentage comes from, although some, like Karlach, do come from Avernus. And what is Avernus? Avernus is the first layer of the 9 hells, which is the abode of devils. Now take note that in the D&D setting, there's a difference between a devil and a demon, although they are both considered fiendish beings. Also, note that there is a war between the devils and the demons, and since Avernus is the first layer, it serves as the entry point for any attack coming from whoever wants to attack the 9 hells. And as you can imagine, because of that, the terrain of Avernus, being part of hell, would be mostly lava, dark and barren rock with soot-filled air. But since it is usually where attacks are received and is launched from, it is also dotted with citadels, fortresses, and strongholds. Being the result of a fiendish pact and ordeal has made Tieflings almost always outcasts in society. They are often viewed with fear and suspicion. Yes, some of them do fit that stereotype of being cruel and evil, but some of them are just like us and are merely making their way in the world. However, having had that stigmata and being treated like pariahs have made them extremely self-reliant and be extremely suspicious of others. Now, if one can, however, break through their defenses and befriend them, one can expect a loyal friend indeed. So that's it for our short background on Tieflings. Thank you guys if you are still here. And as always, see you guys on the next one.